Next up, it's a split decision. Connor Doyle and Jenny Yu, come on up. Jenny Du, coming up to the stage. How are you? You can use either mic, and your timer's right there.
Good morning. We'd like to thank BevNET for inviting us to give us the opportunity to share our story and our passion, Split Decision Cold Brew, our line of interesting cold brew coffee mashups, combining coffee with fun and unique flavors. My name's Connor. I'm joined with my co-founder, Jenny, and we're based here in Los Angeles and actually met while we were studying at the University of Texas.
So having grown up in the Lone Star State, one of our favorite rituals is sipping sweet tea on a hot summer afternoon. And living with a roommate who's perfected his own cold brew coffee, it became kind of a natural curiosity to test those two concepts together. And that became our first product, Darjeeling Dreamin', black tea with cold brew coffee sweetened with agave syrup.
So we started sharing this blend with our friends, and they liked it so much they asked if they could buy it from us. And we traveled to Asia about this time and saw that this concept of combining coffee with tea was much more prevalent in the East, especially in places like Hong Kong and Thailand.
So we came back to the US with this renewed confidence that there are amazing tea and coffee combinations that people crave, and that the intuition that the US market had an untapped appetite for flavors beyond the repetitive current assortment.
So with this inspiration, we set out to build awesome cold brew coffee inventions. We expanded further into teas and have a masala chai and a Thai tea, and then look to continue further innovating with flavors. We use Citra hops for an IPA-inspired cold brew, and then also created a creamy peanut butter cold brew.
So we tested our proof of concept over the summer with a couple of LA retailers, and now we're preparing to scale our production and operations to meet our first distributor.
We've learned a ton over the past 3 months as we've gone through this pilot, and we're excited for our official rollout in 2019. Invite us back tomorrow, and we'll share more about that summer pilot. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Jeff. Coffee and tea. It is curious. Mike, what do you think of split decision?
Well, I would say it's pretty confusing, except that I remember, that guy walking down the street with a chocolate bar and the woman with the open can of peanut butter, and then they smash into each other, and then the rest is history, so it's good work. Just saying.
Are you trying to say this is the next Reese's Peanut Butter Cup? There you go. Okay. Well, in terms of the presentation, it was a tight presentation. It's going to be, it's going to take some communication. It's going to take some education to get to split decision where it needs to be. Are they off to a good start, though, Mike?
I think that the explanation needs to be much bigger on the packaging, because somebody with tired eyes is going to have a really hard time seeing it underneath the flavor profile.
Okay. Matt, what do you think of this type of innovation, merging coffee and tea?
Yeah. It's very interesting. I think it's going to be, it's a crowded space, right? I mean, a lot of great ideas out there. I like it myself. I like the idea of the combination of the two properties. I don't know that the label explains it well enough for me as a consumer to be educated on this combination, this mashup. So work to do there, but it's interesting positioning.
Mm-hmm. Kelly, you talked about this yesterday at the beverage school session. You got to capture that consumer pretty quickly. Did split decision, or what do you like about split decision's label, and what might they need to do a little differently?
Yeah, I mean, the product itself is delicious. I really, really liked it. But I can't tell what's going on in the package. There's like 2 different competitive logos. I think the flavor name is more of a logo than the brand name, and you can't really tell what this thing is. So I think it's the confusion. I would love to see this, really explain what the product is, because I thought the product was very good.
Mm-hmm. Pat, do you agree? Was the liquid grit very good for you?
Yeah, 100% agree with Kelly. I mean, I think the product itself was very good. It was very quality, but I'm still just a little bit confused. I'm looking at it from a consumer's lens when I pick up the bottle or when I see it on the shelf. What's going to get me to draw to the bottle to pick it up and take a look at it and read it? And I can't really determine exactly how I would do that. So it's a little confusing on that front, but the product tastes really great.
All right.